What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blueclouds TV. Yes, we are back again on Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. My name is Nate Zion and my co-host Stephen G, your host for the Blueclouds Media Football Minutes YouTube channel show. Yes, we are the Minutes, we are the guys. Each and every day we come up over here to give you the latest trending news and world of football. To be precise, Chelsea Football Club news and other. Also, major changes at Chelsea Football Club of Chelsea Football. Chelsea FC, semi-automated offside rule device will be implemented in the 2024-2025 season. A potential new manager for Chelsea Football Club. We'll be talking about that on this platform. Well, which manager do you prefer, Roberto De Zerbi, Filippo Inzaghi, or Ruben Amorim? As we know, he's been linked to Liverpool Football Club. But who else will be more preferable for the job at Chelsea? And also, we're gonna talk about the stadium delay. Yes, Chelsea has acquired another property, which we will talk briefly about it. We did talk about that yesterday, but it wasn't in our content yesterday. But we'll get into it and give you more insight and give you the diagram or the picture of the new addition of Chelsea, the new property that Chelsea have acquired. Also, we'll talk about the former NFL star O.J. Simpson dies at age of 76. We're going to break everything down on this platform. That's why I always say I'm very, very happy to be here. And my co-host is right behind the stage waiting for his turn. So, guys, it's always going to be a pleasure to see you guys dropping your likes and also subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to share it and keep your bell notification icon active at all times so you don't miss anything from the platform. Here we go. Stay with us as the show begins. Welcome back, beautiful. Welcome back, folks. We are back again with the latest edition and trending news on Chelsea FC and also some intriguing news in the world of football, association football to be precise. Today, also Premier League clubs has agreed with a new squad cost ratio rules to replace the current profitability and sustainability rules, which limit football clubs by the way they spend, limit on the spending 85% of their revenue of transfers and wages and agent fees. So that is the rules. You can still spend, but yet they're not taking out the point deduction. Point deduction will still be there. These are some of the things that we will be talking about on this platform as we are live. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the show and get into your comments as they come in, let me get to my big brother Stephen G. Stephen is here with me. Stephen, you've had the headlines that I've put on the table. Before we get into it, Stephen, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I will probably have to switch over from phone to laptop at some point as I'm charging my phone and it sounds robotic. So I need to check if it's my whole connection or just my phone connection. So I will be doing that at some point. But yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
It's always a pleasure. It's always how do you know what I say? I'll say it's always a Christmas day for me when I wake up in the morning, and be able to call a few guys, call you, call Ryan, and other guys, and be able to talk to you guys. So I'm always blessed, to be able to be up and be here with you as usual, and to be able to discuss, trending topics related to association football. But Steven, let's get it going.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Absolutely. There are so many, rumors surrounding Mauricio Pochettino's future, but I'm not gonna start with that one. I'm gonna start with Steven. Premier League clubs have agreed on a new rule. I just read it earlier on in terms of sustainability and what have you. What's your take on that rule, and how can you explain it a little bit more better for our viewers and listeners?
Um, yeah. So it's not officially agreed. So they did a vote on it, but they still need to do one more vote on that, and that vote's going to be in June, right?
Yeah.
The important part that needs to be mentioned is that this will not come in with an immediate effect. This will come in from 2025-26 season. So it won't be in effect next season. It'll be in effect from the season after because they need to have a transition period. So that's something that we needed to mention because anyone who hasn't seen the news obviously wouldn't know that bit of information. It's the same as what UEFA have. UEFA have these squad cost limits as well, but I think UEFA's limit is 70%, 70. I think
70%.
so. It sounds like the Premier League's one's going to be 15% higher. Now, what's important to note, right, is very obvious. Now, when I've said that, UEFA limit is about 70%, 70,
Well, the
and the
Premier League
Premier
is
League limit
85%.
sounds like it's going to be 85.
Right.
Now, what's obvious from what I'm saying here is that the clubs from England that are going to play in Europe will obviously only be able to spend 70 because they got to comply with the UEFA limits. Whereas anyone who is not in Europe from England can spend 85.
So
That bit needed to be mentioned as well because
can
the
you say that one more
limits
time?
are different for Europe and for Premier League.
Can you repeat that again, Stephen?
Yeah, so UEFA currently has the squad cost limit, right?
Yeah, at 75.
70, I think. It's 70 or 75. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, let's go down 70.
Yeah, I think it is 70. But Premier League limit would be 85. Now, what that means is very obvious, right? Anyone from England playing in Europe obviously can't spend more than the European cap. They can't spend more than 70% of their revenue. Whereas the English clubs that are not playing in Europe can spend 85% of their revenue because that's what the Premier League limit is. Got it?
Yeah, I get it now. But that how can the Premier League teams do that? Like Arsenal, who is spending 85 in the Premier League, which that can also transform into the European competition. It's not the same thing. I mean, 75 less or 70 less, and then we have 80 more. I mean, in the Premier League. So how can that work?
No. It's not that you're able to spend 80 more in the Premier League. It'd be 15%
of your
more.
revenue.
Huh?
85% of your revenue. So let's say if you make,
but that means
100,
that means that you're only spending 15% more than what
Yeah.
the clubs in Europe from England are doing. And what that is realistically, when you look at it, traditionally, it's going to be your big clubs in Europe. Chelsea will be back there soon. Your Man Cities, your Arsenals, your Man Uniteds, Tottenham's, if you can call them a big club. We like to banter Tottenham here. And your teams like that. So, realistically, it actually helps in no disrespectful way, the smaller teams of the league, right? And I don't mean that disrespectfully, just compared to your traditional big six, other clubs don't make as much money in the Premier League as those clubs do. Because those clubs are more recognized, they got a bigger fan base, and therefore they get more revenue, right? So realistically, it kind of helps the smaller teams to an extent, because it means that, again, not in a disrespectful way, just their revenue is a smaller amount to what the bigger clubs get. Because if all your traditional big six teams are in Europe, and then obviously you can have a couple more European places there as well, you can have up to 8. So when you factor that in, say all your big six English clubs get into Europe, the other clubs that aren't in there can spend 15% more of whatever their revenue is than what the Premier League's top clubs in Europe can. So I need to try and find this thing. I think it was from Kieran Maguire on Twitter. He's like a football finance expert. But he put something on Twitter/X earlier today. But I actually didn't have it up because I hadn't had time to fully check it. But he basically said that on his sort of calculations, basically, what he's done is he's sort of done like an Excel sheet and stuff. And what he's done is looked at it as clubs and how much they're under or over the squad cost cap in pounds, millions. Chelsea is 71.5 million over it, Leicester 32.5, Newcastle 27.7, Forest 22.1. But then you get down to Man City. Man City are like 154.2 million under it. Spurs 153.5 million under it. Like loads of teams are significantly under it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are over 100 million. That this is going to sound weird because I've had to phrase it. There's, what did I say? 5 Premier League clubs.
Yeah, 5 Premier League clubs
that would have the ability to spend 100 million more than what they have actually spent. For, I think that's for last season, I presume, or for the current. I'm not entirely sure. But then he looks at UEFA squad cost, and Chelsea are 152.9% over 152.9 million over that, because UEFA competition cap is set at 70%.
I mean, with all these explanations, Stephen, it means that it's still the big clubs are still going to be able to beat the smaller teams or smaller club in terms of spending. Is that what it is? Because still,
technically speaking, yes. Yeah. So if we look at the amount of revenue, right? So the revenue for Man City, supposedly 713 million, but I think one of their charges relates to falsifying finances. So I won't be surprised if that's happened there again on that, but we move. Spurs apparently 550 million revenue, Liverpool 594 million revenue. Who's that? 467 million, Arsenal 481 million, Chelsea. But then name me any other club, and I could tell you what their 2023 revenue is based on this document he's put.
How about Villa? Aston Villa.
Aston Villa,
Yeah.
Aston Villa 218 million, which
280
is
million.
so. Let's take Chelsea. So Chelsea of the big six clubs, traditional big 6
Mhm.
have I think it's second lowest amount at 481 million revenue, yeah, for 2023. So Aston Villa, which are actually of the clubs that are outside of the big 6, actually have one of the biggest revenues for 2023, still have 263 million revenue less than what Chelsea have, right?
Mhm.
So at an 85% cap, what was that? At an 85% cap, they would be able to spend 236 million, apparently.
Okay.
I
All
think
right,
that's correct.
Stephen G, did you get the message
What, on here or on Discord?
on here, right here?
Yep, got it.
All right, so thank you very much, Stephen G. We are still taking guys through the new rule that will be taking place in terms of the Premier League. There was breaking news today on how much the Premier League teams can spend, which has rise up to 85% more, which give more Premier League team to spend a little bit more money. But it's still the rules are still there. If you overspend your revenue, then it means that there will be a point deduction. They won't take that away from there, which
Or a fine.
or a fine. Yeah, a point deduction or a fine is what will be taking place. So apparently, there have been one vote. It's not agreed yet, but agreement maybe will
There's a
come
final
later.
vote in June.
The final vote will be in
But I
June.
think this was unanimous, so it's basically almost guaranteed.
Right. So yeah, thank you very much, Constantine Dante, man like Dante in the building. Thank you very much, Dante's action of how we are doing. We are doing very, very well.
Doing good, doing good.
So I hope you're doing very well. All the way back, Dante is all the way back in Australia. Yes, I have a brother in Australia. I'm not so sure exactly where he's at, but I know he lives in Australia. But yeah, Dante, thank you very much for joining us on the show today. Premier League clubs has agreed with a new squad cost ratio rules to replace the current profitability and sustainability rules, which I said uh, it will limit the club spending. Also, it can also increase club spending. That's a limit. Or increase club spending. And as I said over here, club will be limited to spending 85% of their revenue of transfer wages and agent fees. So yeah, 35% of your revenue. Like so when you make 100 million, you have to spend 85% of that, which I'm not
You
so
don't
sure
have to, you
exactly.
can.
You can.
That's
You
your
don't
limit.
have to. Yeah, it's not necessarily, but that's how far you can go in terms of your spending. So
Correct.
yeah. Thank you very much for the correction, Stephen G. So that's what we are looking at. So, guys, if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us from, don't forget to have a drop your comment in the comment section below. If you're first time also watching us, let us know where exactly you're watching the show from. My name is Nate Zion, and my co-host is Stephen G. Yes, two good, great Chelsea fans and legends of this platform. So, if you had all the explanation coming from Stephen G, trying to explain it to me, you know what? Wonderful person, Stephen G, as he is. We also be looking at certain things happening with Chelsea Football Club. So many concern on Mauricio Pochettino. I know this is not a breaking news or maybe a trending news. It's been trending since the beginning of the season. Mauricio Pochettino's fate at Chelsea Football Club. Where does he lie? So I know he's going through scrutiny. The owners and the club will assess Mauricio Pochettino's work done as Chelsea Football Club. Apparently, that's what we've been told. They will assess his work during the summer or maybe at the end of the season and see if he's going to be the person. But let me know what your thoughts are. Would you give Mauricio Pochettino another chance or another season with this young team and what you've seen so far at Chelsea Football Club? It's up to you to judge, not me. I have my opinion. You have your opinion. It's about time we put it together to dissect it and see if really he did need another 10 at Chelsea Football Club, or we have to invest into another new manager. There are so many top managers out there. not the top names, young and up and coming. We've seen Filippo Inzaghi rocking the Italian league, beating everyone from west, north, south, and the east. And we've seen Ruben Amorim, another Sporting CP, great top manager. I wouldn't say great because he hasn't done it in the highest level yet. But then yeah, he's been winning the Portuguese league, continuously back to back. He's done it, and he has great players, top players that he's been working with. We'll be talking about, Diamande, another player that has been linked with Chelsea. He's managing Diamande. He's also managing Gyökeres. Also, we can talk about other managers like Roberto De Zerbi. We did fancy Roberto De Zerbi. Apparently, De Zerbi has made it clear that he has a future. He has a contract with Brighton Football Club. So then he go back and talk to the people and see what it's all like. So would you fancy De Zerbi at your football club? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Stephen, let's talk a bit about Mauricio Pochettino and work done so far with the young, talented Chelsea players, any injury, everything that accumulate, we can put together to be able to see and assess Mauricio Pochettino if indeed he deserves an extra tenure, extra time at Chelsea Football Club. Steven.
I want him out in the summer, but let me preface this, yeah. You don't let him go, yeah, if you're making a sideways or backwards move, yeah. You only let him go if you're getting someone better. Otherwise, there's no point. You may as well keep him. Right? I don't know what your stance is, but that's my stance. I'm basically Poch out, but I want him here till the summer. There's no point getting rid of him now. But there's no point getting rid of him to make a sideways move for someone of a similar level or backwards move for someone who's deemed of a lesser quality of manager.
This is where I stand. Constantine Dante said, no more chance for me. Lost respect for him. Flip-flop more than flipper. Lies more than politician. And tactically, in-game management is just average, according to Constantine. That's how we see it. And I agree with you. See, Mauricio Pochettino divides my mind on how I see him. Sometimes I feel like I have had enough of Mauricio Pochettino, but sometimes I feel like he needs a bit of sympathy or he needs another time with Chelsea Football Club. Why am I saying this? Let me break it down for you. One, Poch has been hit badly with so many injuries from beginning of the season till now. He hasn't really had a chance to work with his full squad. If I say full squad, I want to see the whole entire top players that we know, young, talented top players that we know. One of these players are Wesley Fofana, Reece James, Romeo Lavia, whom Chelsea spent 60 million on in the summer transfer window from Southampton. He hasn't kicked a ball yet. So I don't really know how really to assess Mauricio Pochettino. But sometimes I also believe that with the amount of players that he has in his possession, he deserves to do much better in certain games. Well, we can say if he doesn't win a game against maybe Arsenal or Manchester City, we can give him a pass on that one. But there's no pass, there's no excuse for Mauricio Pochettino to lose some of these games that he's lost against Forest, against West Ham United when they were not playing well, against Burnley. Was it Stamford Bridge or no, away? Burnley away. We beat Burnley at home.
Burnley away.
So we drew to them at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Certain games that doesn't need to be drawn, we drew those games, and that is where I stand when I say I want him out because I've seen enough. And the other side of me says that, okay, he deserves another more time at Chelsea Football Club because he hasn't get a chance to work with these young players. So I'm kind of like 50-50. I'm not flip-flopping here, but I'm kind of like 50-50. I don't want to be in a rush to send him out. And I don't seem to be how others seem to be like a Spurs manager. There's nothing to me that really would I say what would be the right word to qualify what I'm trying to say. I don't want to sound like a expensive manager, that kind of a thing. I seem to be a professional coach, but hasn't really proven himself very well. So I'm very 50-50 on Mauricio Pochettino. I don't know where I stand. I don't know, but maybe I could come up with a good uh, uh um uh, good way of or try to analyze him in the summer, whether he really deserved to be there or not. Let's see how the end of the season go. Lavia, I can't include Lavia anymore because he's not going to play end of the season. Wesley Fofana too. I don't think he's going to take any part until the season comes to an end. So those two still not going to be part of the Chelsea game. So I still think that maybe Poch deserve time, or maybe that whatever they do with him, I don't really care now because I don't have a 60 or 70% on him to stay or to leave. So whatever Chelsea Football Club do with him, I don't really care right now. Dante said, not now, end of the season. I agree. I think financially we can let him go now by Dante. Stephen, you've said it. I've also given you mine. Do you have any reaction on Dante's point of view?
What, the one that's on the screen or the one you just read out?
The second one.
No, he's agreeing with me, saying don't do it now, do it end of the season. I'm not sure what you mean by financially you don't think we can let him go now. Because realistically that doesn't really change much anyway.
Because he's got 2-year contracts, right?
It's 2-year contract, but
so even if
there
you
was
sack
an
him now,
option
you're
of a
gonna
third year.
pay.
But realistically,
Steven,
a couple
1 second.
months isn't gonna make a difference.
If you sack him now, you're gonna pay the same amount. If you sack him in the summer, you're gonna pay the same amount, isn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, I doubt there'll be any significant difference. I mean, realistically, you're looking at 12 months versus what, 14 months?
Yeah.
It's 2 months difference. It's not really gonna be that big of a change, but I kind of get it. I just, there's no point sacking him if it's sideways move though, because what's the point? If you're doing a sideways move, you may as well keep him because then the players get continue. I can't talk today. Bear with me. The players get continue. No, I'm not saying it. Basically, there's consistency there of having the same manager if you're going to make a sideways move. If you're upgrading on him, get him gone, 100%. But if it's sideways move, there's no point.
Brilliant coming from Steven here. Dante said, for me, I can't respect a guy that talks so much rubbish and didn't care he was an expert. I don't really care. He doesn't really care if he's an ex-manager or whatever. I gave him a chance, but once he started lying, changing stories, also no controls. Coming from Dante, thank you very much. Dante in the building. Yeah, Dante, I don't have the horn, but I think I have a horn. You know what? Coachella will blow the horn for you. But I don't have the horn stuff here on my studio. But if I do, you know what I'll do. Definitely, if I do, I'll do it for you. There you go. Did it ring? What's happening?
I didn't hear it
either. Oh, I know why. I know why I didn't hear. Finally.
There it is.
But I don't like this one because I have to press this from the StreamYard. StreamYard had that sound over there. But I'm working on a certain device that I can just push on it to get that going off my screen. So that will come a bit later in advance. So Constantine Dante, big up to you, my man. He says, I thought there was a financial implication. He fired him and his staff before the season comes to an end. But after a year, it's much less.
I mean, there's not really that big of a difference, is basically what we're saying. It's not really going to be that significant. But, yeah, that's basically all there is on that, in my opinion. It's not really a big difference, but, yeah. Again, like I keep saying, I've said it multiple times, I want him gone. Let's not twist that, yeah? I want him gone, but sideways move means it's pointless to get rid of him. You may as well keep him and his staff
Steven, I think he agrees with
for
you.
that.
He agrees with you.
Oh no, I'm just clarifying.
No, I'm
on
saying
it
Poch.
so
Poch
that-
agrees with you.
I just seen the picture you got on the
Yeah.
screen.
So yeah, come out, Steven. Thank you.
I
I'll
was confused what you meant, and then I saw the picture because of I'm on my phone. It's smaller than what it normally is,
Yeah.
so I had no clue what you're on about.
Yeah, he agrees with you, Steven. Don't worry. He says thank you very much, Steven. I'll go so you can have your happiness. All right. So Dante said, "Oh, and his son Poch, I don't get this one. Poch Junior spoke science and rehab, sports science and rehab, plus some other physios that came with him around the
Bro,
25 million.
physios
I
can't
read
prevent
somewhere.
injuries. I'm not gonna keep saying this to people.
I was just listening to Gabi earlier on. It says when he worked with the football club, and the physio could predict that there was going to be an injury, so it prevent. I think Alan Pardew was the manager at that time, and not Alan Pardew, Tony Puris. Is it Tony Puris? Is that his name?
Tony Pulis.
Tony Pulis. Yes, Tony Pulis. When they have anything over 5
Physios
players,
can't actually
prediction.
prevent injuries.
Yeah, they can predict, not to prevent.
What he probably means is that they've probably had multiple of the same injury. So between the physios and sports scientists, it was probably getting to a point where they thought it was a bit of a red flag to do certain things, certain types of stuff like that. Probably meant that they thought they needed to be managed a certain way because they probably had loads of a similar type of injury or something, and there was probably a better way to load manage, if that makes sense. I don't know. I've not seen the thing, so I can't speak on it. But technically, physios can't prevent injuries. Physios can treat them, technically can't prevent them.
They can't.
Your preventative is more towards the sports science.
All right, so there you go. That's the man himself. I'm a blessed person, guys. I'm a blessed person. I'm working with a physio. Steven is an expert in that aspect. That's his field. So that's what he's going to school for. So that I can take it away from him. I take every word he says very, very important. Guys, yesterday we did talk about Chelsea acquiring another property. Yes, Chelsea is trying to build the stadium, but then it will take up to like 2027 before Chelsea can start any developmental project on the new property that they have acquired. And I'm trying to get the property on my screen. So that is it right now. So this is a new property. I'm going to let Steven explain a little bit more better to us. And where is this side of the property located? Is that east, west, north, or south? And who occupies this property? And it looks like, Steven, when you look at the property, it looks like they've bought part of it. They haven't bought the whole entire building yet. Steven, take us.
Yeah, no. I was speaking to someone in one of the other servers I'm in, and I think they said that the front part of the building, the bit we haven't got, is some sort of different kind of shares where you aren't allowed to sort of demolish it and stuff like that. But give me 2 seconds because StreamYard on my phone's messing up. I'm going to rejoin you in 2 seconds on my laptop.
Okay. So, while Steven is doing that, guys, yesterday we did talk about the new plan, expansion, and apparently this place is owned by, I think, either veterans. Steven knows that explanation well, but whilst I'm waiting for him, I'm trying to use my layman understanding to explain this to you. I can't really tell what geographical location whether it is being located in the east, west, north, or south. I can't really tell, but that is not. This is the famous. If you can see my mouse, I know this place very, very well. We've seen so many pictures of this exact location. Stevie, I'm not so sure if this is the location we've been seeing all the time, the front view with those beautiful pictures. Is it the same place we've been seeing, or it maybe
pictures?
Huh?
What pictures?
Yeah, where my mouse is.
What pictures do you mean is what I'm asking you.
We've seen the front view of the football club.
No, that's not front. That's not front.
That's the front.
It depends where you come in from. So the easiest way to explain it, is if you're coming in from the train station.
Where is the station located here?
Okay, so this is how I'm going to make it easy for you, right?
Yeah.
If you're coming in from the train station, you walk past the Stoll Foundation, which is what we've bought a percentage of. So it's towards the top of your screen. You've got the train station and the shopping centre. So
Around
towards
here?
top right, you see that big building that's right next to the red?
Here.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's your train station and your shopping centre. So when you come in from Fulham Broadway train station, you walk past the Stoll Foundation, which is what we've bought that percentage of, which is what's in red.
Okay.
The other entrance is the bit by the hotels, which is the bottom left. There's two
left,
different
yeah.
entrances onto the site. That's one entrance there. And then the one where the train station is, you walk along and you come in at that top bit. So like I'm saying, you see this bit where the red attaches and the blue line goes up and across, and then it comes back down to
here?
almost like a V shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one entrance, that bit there.
Okay.
And
Probably
the other
that's the front
entrance
view.
is a
That's
bit
the front
better.
view, right? That's the main entrance.
Don't really know what you would deem a main entrance. Technically, both entrances. I don't think they really. Actually, I think the other one's the main.
Okay.
But yeah.
But where
it's
is this building? The new location. Where is it located? Is it on the north side of it? Is it the east or the west? And why did they acquire the whole building? Because we've seen the line dividing this building into a certain section.
Yeah, so that's the only bit that was sort of put to bidders is that percentage there. But also, like I was explaining before I had to switch over, basically, I was speaking to one of my friends in another Discord server, and they said that the front part, the bit that we haven't got, is a different type of shares where you aren't allowed to knock it down and do renovation work and stuff like that, if I remember rightly from what they said. So there was basically no point in us acquiring the full thing if we couldn't do anything with it, essentially. But
Brilliant.
off of the back of that, if you zoom in a bit more to where that bit is, the bit in red.
Zoom it in.
Yeah, just a bit more. Yeah, there we go. So there is a bit where I think I could be wrong, but I think there's a possibility that they're going to do maybe a bridge over so that then they don't necessarily have to stop
the street,
all the traffic and all that coming down that part of the road. So they can technically leave that part open still. That's what I'd imagine to be one of the things that they plan to do. Maybe you do a bridge over towards the stadium.
Stephen, I don't get it. Is this property made to expand the stadium, or is it property made to build something else attached to the football stadium? Because from what you're saying, it means that if there's going to be a bridge that people.
I don't know what the plan is, but I'm saying that could potentially be an option that they could go for.
Yeah, because
I don't know if that's definitely what they're going to do, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a possibility that they look at doing something like that.
I mean, if they're planning on the bridge, then it means that it's not going to be an addition to the building. I mean, to the
no, but it will though, because you can have stuff under it and stuff. You can have a building and stuff like that still.
No, you.
I wonder.
Is there a street here? Is there a street here? That's a street, isn't it? Is that a street?
That bit of anything that's in blue is owned by Chelsea already.
Oh, so this is not a street.
Just outside of that is, but that part is right on that blue line is the entrance to the premises that Chelsea own.
Maybe this might not be the good diagram for us to see, but maybe I'll check it on Google one day. But is there that building?
The quick Google Earth thing.
Yeah, the building that we have here, Stephen. The building that we have here. Is there a street in between this, in front of this building, and then this?
Show me with the mouse quickly, because I just went off of here for a second.
Okay, can you see my mouse?
I can see your mouse.
Okay, in between this red line and then this red line here and then this blue line, is there?
No, there's nothing. In front of it? That's just building. There's no road there. It's just the building. So you know how like houses, for example, they're connected.
Yeah.
what's there is you've got stuff like trees and like boards, so it separates the property. You've got boards with like
Brilliant.
Chelsea players, stuff like that on there, like advertising, stuff like that. So that's just sort of what separates it. So there's nothing there road wise. There's literally just like trees and stuff. So that's all there is there.
Thank you very much. Stephen G, right there, explaining everything to details. That's what we do on this platform. Let me go to and read some few comments over here. Dante said around 25 million. Read somewhere else is what is. I think he has. He's still talking about the payoff money to Mauricio Pochettino if Chelsea have to sack him. Constantine Dante said 80 million and also relocating the veterans. And that's what he's saying. A big up to Niz Zion and Stephen G. Welcome everyone to the chat. Coming from I123, love you forever. Thank you very much for all you do and your support to the platform. 123 said at I123, love you forever. You got a thumb up from Constantine Dante, the man himself. Dante said we don't know what they will do. Yeah, either way, they wanted to buy it and redevelop for future investment in a way. So yeah, but it's a future investment. I mean, I'm waiting for that. I just want an expansion. Stamford Bridge is too small. The club is way too big to have that small size of a stadium. 45 or 46 capacity stadium. It's too small for the nature of Chelsea's pedigree.
But
it's
the difficulty is the location is a bit of a pain in the backside.
And the fans won't allow the stadium to move to a different place. So what can we expect?
I'm getting you a quick Google Earth shot now that you can...
You can send it to me. So I send the link to me. I'll click on it. Then also, while Steven is trying to do that, guys, we'll be looking at our previous games, the games that our upcoming games, the fixtures, and see which one will be more easy for Chelsea to knock it off and be able to get over the line and acquire a European spot next season. So that's what we'll be looking at. Dante, thank you very much as usual. Guys, whoever is watching the show, if you're there, we got lots of us watching, 25 and all. 25 and all divided, 16 watching live on X, and 9 watching live on the YouTube platform. If it's the first time watching me here in Zion and my man over here, my co-host Stephen G, please don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the platform if you haven't done that. Yes, we're taking you through London. Very soon we'll be having the Google Earth where we're going to zoom in and then spin things around. So wherever you're watching us from, if you're in Australia, if you're in Africa, the continent, and Australia, whatever you are, America, you can see, Stamford Bridge, and Stephen can take us through and really give us a good diagram.
You'll have to forgive me because I don't know how to get rid of all the marks on Google Earth that point things out like restaurants and stuff. So you have to bear with me. I've just sent it to you now.
All right, so I'm gonna click on it, Stephen, right away. I'll click on it so we can be done with this segment and move on to another topic. Oh, beautiful! I love it. I love this one. Okay, you give me a shot. Okay, I thought it was.
I had to do screenshot because otherwise you'll have to get a link, find it, zoom in, and it's just long.
Okay,
it was easier for me to just do a quick screenshot and then.
Beautiful.
Otherwise, it's a lot of hassle. It took me ages trying to get the right amount for the picture because it's such an awkward, like, slant and stuff that it took me loads of attempts.
Dante said, "Nee doesn't like a microwave." Absolutely, Dante. I hate microwave. I've had a microwave for the past 2 years. I've never used it. What I'm trying to do now is I've already got an air fryer about that big. It's under my cabinet, in between my cabinet and then my countertop. But I want an air fryer that has the size of the microwave, so I can just take my microwave off and then put my air fryer in there. Because the air fryer is the best you can ever find and use because it's a coil that warm up. It's just like your oven itself. But this one has an inbuilt fan that circulates your heat in the oven. So instead of you destroying your food in the microwave, you have to remember there are waves that warms up your food in the microwave. What the waves does is it destroys the molecule in your food. So it means that you're eating just cardboard. If you think that you're eating food, you probably end up eating paper. It's better for you to eat paper than to eat and start from the microwave, because all the molecule, the protein, the nutrients in there has been destroyed. So you are just eating garbage and then pooping it out. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you're eating garbage. Yeah, you can. I want you guys to make a little bit of a research, because the microwave, honest to you, you're not eating anything, bro. So that's why when I heard Coachella said he's warming up his water or coffee or whatever. When I love you, I'll make sure I give you whatever I have in my head, knowledge to be able to protect you. I want everyone to live long. I don't want us to die so early. You get what I'm saying? So that's just by the way, guys. That's just by the way. Dante, I know that early in the morning, Dante was there listening to me, and Coachella did not want to go, but Coachella took a lot of lessons from it anyway. All right, Charles Queening. Big up to you, Charles Queening. Big up to people from Ghana GH representing the show. He says Chelsea need to change manager, or else the next season things will be bad for Chelsea. Big up to you, Charles, and thank you very much for your wonderful comment. But I presume that Charles, you are messaging me or watching me live from Ghana. If not, let me know where you're watching me from. And Constant Dante said the air fryers. I love the air fryer. I just love it. It does everything. It does everything that I need. Smoke meat, boil, roast my meat, and indoor smoking. I love it. I love it. All right, so I have the image on my screen. Just looking for the right image, because I just uploaded it. I don't know where it's hiding right now. So just Steven, anything you want to add to it whilst I look for this image?
Basically, so I was also speaking to the same person, right?
Yes, sir.
And they said something about potentially the shopping centre also being up for sale as well.
Shopping center, something that I have to bring the map up so Steven can show me where the shopping center is. I want to see how close that shopping center.
I can do another screenshot as well that we can use in future. That's easier. That it doesn't show the whole of the stadium, but it would show the shopping center, the train station, the Stoll Foundation, and that side of Stamford Bridge.
Brilliant. If you can do it, I mean, if you're still free, you have time, you can just screenshot it and then send it to me, and I'll try it and upload it here. I apologize, guys. I don't know. I got lots of photos for my stream illustration, and sometimes they've been hiding somewhere, but I'm going through them and see if I can find it. And I apologize for the little delay or setback. Apologize for the inconvenience, but I'm trying my optimal best. I'm trying my best. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this one. So all right, I got it, Steven. I got a second one. So yeah, Steven, take us through this diagram and try and explain to us better. Dante said I'm off to bed. Take care, guys. Thank you very much, Dante. God bless you, and then thank you for staying up that late to join us on the stream, and then be part of
staying here.
Enjoy the rest of the
early hours for you, man.
Yeah. All right, Steven, take us through it.
Yeah. Would it be easier to keep it on this view, or if you move us to try and make it bigger? What's easier?
I'm not sure of what exactly you're trying to explain. So I don't.
So know, sometimes where you have us at the side, it makes the thing with the images smaller, and sometimes you have us at the bottom, it sometimes makes it bigger. Do you get what I'm saying? You see this little window you've got?
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's on the side, it becomes smaller, but if we're at the bottom, it becomes larger. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you want me to make it like
not change the actual picture, no. You know where you can change like where the face cam and that is? You know.
Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah. On the StreamYard. You're talking about StreamYard.
Yeah, on StreamYard.
Okay. I get you. I get you, man. I got you, Steven G.
There we go. That makes it slightly easier, because that's what I was struggling with on my phone. It was a bit difficult.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Unfortunately, it's not clear because you have to get really close in for it to be super clear, which the second image is a bit more clear.
I mean, this is okay. I can tell this is what you're talking
Yeah.
about. And then halfway of this was the one that,
Roughly where your mouse is where we don't have onwards. So that is about the correct point.
and this is the street that we were talking about. That's the street.
Well, yeah, that's the entrance to the site.
So,
Yeah.
so that Chelsea owns this road over here. It's not for the government.
Yeah, it's not a road. Well, it is a road, but it's not a road, if that makes sense.
Okay, it's a road for Chelsea to make Chelsea.
Yeah, so
anyone that wants to do
your
business in the football club,
vehicles, your coaches, they can all come in and get out, basically. Yeah.
so they can. It means that they can reroute it, put a road in
It's the
different
Chelsea
place.
premises, is what it is. So what makes it easier? As much as it's annoying, we got all these diagrams like under the bridge, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea Museum, all that. Yeah. As annoying as that is, it's really helpful in what we're about to explain. Okay.
Okay.
So you're asking what side of the stadium the Stoll Foundation's on, right?
Right.
So the under the bridge, yeah. See where under the bridge is?
No, where's under the bridge? Under the
Go
bridge,
to there. So that's the east stand. The side where the Stoll is the west stand. So the Stoll's opposite, behind the stand opposite. The stand opposite's the west stand, so it's behind the west stand. So I wonder what they're going to do, because obviously Google Maps don't do it justice. It is a fairly big site in terms of what we have acquired. It's just a bit awkward, basically, because it's a shame, because where we are, it's very difficult to expand, right? This is why there's always been talk of you have to dig down to build back up, because the residents and all this stuff, yeah? So the difficulty is, you see at the bottom here, at the very bottom,
around
you've
here.
got all these here are people's houses and all their properties. That has nothing to do with Chelsea.
Okay.
So that makes it difficult as well, because you can't acquire that land, obviously. What they can do is, I wonder if their thinking is, when they acquire the Stoll Foundation, well, they have acquired it, but when we're able to actually do work, I wonder if they knock it down completely and they build like the mega store there and stuff like that. They knock down the hotels, because I think we've got 2 hotels on the site. We've got,
where's the hotel located, Stephen? Because I see this one to be the museum.
Where it says £103
over here. That's the hotel.
That's our hotel.
Yeah,
we've got a hotel on site. We've got I think it's a spa and gym on site. We've got a museum on site. We've got 1 or 2 restaurants on site as well. So I wonder if they're going to move the restaurants and stuff into the space where the Stoll is.
Right.
And then by knocking them down and knocking the hotel down, you create a little bit more room as well. Because the hotel does take up quite a bit of space. So I wonder if they're thinking, because I think even Roman was planning to get rid of the hotels.
I mean, I won't blame it. Imagine you take this hotel out, means that you can move this stadium. I mean, the land can be there, but it means that you can expand the sitting capacity. Move this hotel somewhere else here, maybe rebuild everything here and expand it. There's room, Stephen. There's room for expansion. Yeah. There's room here.
I've zoomed in now, so you'll see what I mean about the size of this hotel. But another issue we have is that behind the, what's it called? Behind the east stand, behind the bit where it says about, what's it called? I forgot what I said it was now. Behind where it says under the bridge, that's all train lines.
That's where the train is. This way.
Behind that, you might not see it clearly on there. Yeah, so you can slightly. So you see, you've got the tree line behind it.
Tree line.
Yeah, directly behind it, like the very first tree line. Yeah, that bit you're going along now.
Yeah.
Next to that, you'll see it's all sort of grey and stuff. That's a train line. So you can't move backwards in that direction and acquire land there either.
Big up to you, Metaface Doom. It's always nice to see you back in the street. Says UT MFC. What does that mean? UTMFC.
I think I know, but I'm not repeating it.
Ah, okay. Metaface, nice to have you on. The guys, I've dropped the link in there. If you're just coming on and you have anything you want to inject into today's discussion, be my guest. Drop it. Flow. Like I would say, flow. Click on it. Join us on the show and let us know what your thoughts are on the today's topics. Yeah, let's go, Stephen G. So, guys, if you're joining us, we are discussing the new land that Chelsea have acquired and what they're gonna do next. What's the future? What does it mean for Chelsea FC's long-term plans? Could it hinder the ability to compete in the highest level? Because there will be a lot of money that will be invested, which we all know that Premier League allows. If some of your revenue spent is invested into the stadium, is allowed. But if you spend it on player sales and stuff like that, you could be punished very badly. So yeah, if the Chelsea have a big project coming on, I'm sure they're always allowed to spend lots of money on the footballing aspect of it in terms of developing stadium. Remember, that's what Everton is trying to fight for. They said Everton is trying to say that they spend a lot of their money on stadium development instead of what do you call it? Have a shot of the stadium.
I know we're still on the stadium, but bear with me.
Yes, sir.
So somebody has just put out that Fabrizio Romano has said that Chelsea and PSG are in the race to sign Victor Osimhen.
Right now?
I think it's just come out.
Yeah, it's Chelsea and PSG. It's been a while. It's been there for a while now.
What people forget, PSG have strikers already. They've got Kolo Muani, they've got Goncalo Ramos.
And they have no interest in selling Kolo Muani. They have no interest in selling Goncalo Ramos. So why would PSG be in a race to sign Victor Osimhen unless they're trying to do something with Ramos? Because we know Ramos hasn't hit the ground running. But Ramos would be better for us at Chelsea because there's no way we can rely on Nicholas Jackson next season. No way.
Yeah, we need someone to support.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not good enough. He's not ready yet.
He's not ready to be your main man.
Yes, he's not ready to be the main guy. He's not ready. But thank you very much for the breaking news, Stephen.
Mm-hmm. It's only that I went onto Discord to send you the thing about the hotel that I saw it from one of my friends. So,
yeah. But anyway, Stephen, this is a hotel.
That's second. It. Yeah, that's the hotel. So you see what I mean about it does take up quite a bit of land.
Yeah.
So you knock that down. Okay, it's not a significant amount, but at this point, any bit we can get to help us, we take because of it's such a small area that we have.
Damn, 111 pounds for a night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not bad.
For the location that it's in.
Yeah, that's not bad for 111 for a night.
I think it's 100. Yeah, that must be per night. But yeah, for the location it's in.
Yeah, I mean I can afford this. Maybe 3 nights. 3 night Stamford Bridge hotel close to the stadium and all that. Come on, man. Let's go to London for a couple of days. JC in the building. JC said, hello, Nee. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. JC. And Mama Stevie G is doing absolutely marvelous this evening at his time and then this afternoon at my time. But nice to have you, JC, as usual. Yeah, JC's now great supporter of this channel. And I love that. Oh, KTC Coachella. Hello, Dante G. You also sleep. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right, Stephen G. So, guys, we have discussed the stadium plan. We've shown lots of images that Dante, you missed a lot of the discussion. I mean, JC, you've missed a lot of the discussion today. I know you're part of the supporters trust. You get informations and all that. I would have taken a lot of how do you call it? A lot of information from you, but you joined a little bit late, and I'm not going to ask you why, because you have a lot of stuff to do, and I know that. But I was saying that we've discussed this. I think I'm missing one more diagram. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we discuss all this in what Chelsea can do, what they can eliminate from their property to be able to expand it. And this is the latest one they just bought. I forgot the name of it. Is the veterans. Steven said the name earlier when I forgot the name. I think the veterans are there, so they have to take their time and relocate all the veterans, and then probably demolish it and try and expand it. If you look very carefully, also the hotel is right here. This is the hotel. If you look at my mouse, this is the hotel, and this is the same diagram over here. If they can knock this hotel down and break all these things down, they can expand it and find and maybe move these buildings over here to this location. Probably that would be the best thing they can do, so they can have more sitting room for people. I think there's no cause for alarm. They can maintain this side over here. They can expand this side a little bit and expand that side. So maybe one side have more people, this side is going to have more people, that side will have more people, and keep the number.
The big thing, as you're explaining,
yes, Steven,
is the bit where you've got all those buildings. Yeah,
on the left hand side here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're sort of offices. Maybe that's another option, is you make offices in the expansion area, which allows you that room to push back,
right?
Which gives you more space to move there.
Yeah, so they can take this down and move it over here, move it on this line, and then be able to push this thing back and have more seater, and also you can maintain the number here. It won't make a difference, but you can expand. Yeah. You have room to expand here. You have room to expand this side. You have room to expand it here and this side to knock this thing down, get it out of the way, and get this thing also out of the way. You got plenty of room here to move this, that, and this over here. So that's all. That's much me. Yeah, I'm just giving you a layman point of view.
There's a few options of what they could do with that area that they've got.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show, Scala, man like Scala himself. What hits you to press the button, man? I know you're a supporter of the channel, long time supporter, but what really hits you to get you involved? Or do you have any breaking news for us, Scala?
Well, I mean, obviously, I just saw that there have been reports of you guys developing Stamford Bridge, so that was a topic of interest to me because, I mean, it's a very common. Like everyone knows this, that Chelsea Stadium is a bit of a joke, I mean, the fact that you can't even hold more than the Sunderland Stadium, especially considering your status in the league, is a bit of a shame because a club with the trophies of Chelsea, they have to be at least having a capacity of 50 to 60,000. But I think it is just under 40, which or it is closing to 40, whatever it is, but it's not enough.
It's 45. It's 45.
Okay, yeah. I mean, even the area around Stamford Bridge. I mean, I've never been to Stamford Bridge, but I've seen lots of videos. There's this guy who covers all the stadiums, and he was showing I mean, the area around is also not very. It doesn't look like a football stadium. I mean, if you look at the area of like Arsenal and Tottenham, the other London clubs, they look very advanced and modern.
Hey, Scala, you're going too far. I have enough of you today. You're going too far. Please hold your peace. But at least my stadium is not leaking. Scala, my stadium is not leaking.
At least we're not asking the council and that for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but at least we have the capacity and we have the whole history thing to go with.
But surrounding you, you've literally got a big open space. We don't have the luxury of that.
Yeah, but our stadium is in Manchester. It's not really a commercial hub like London. I mean, the only thing everyone knows about Manchester is that it has sport.
A place that's surrounded by ton of houses and buildings. It's literally not
Yeah,
much. We've
there's
got a
literally
train
one
line
river going
behind
aside.
one of our
Yeah, but
stands.
your club is in London. Your club is in London. It's just supposed to be good.
No, it's not just
Bro,
good.
but if there's
It's
property,
the
there's
old
nothing
football
we can do.
club.
We can't go, oh, sorry, mate, we're buying your house, your house, your house, your house. Goodbye. We can't do that.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy. Scala, you know that. You should know better.
Yeah, I mean, I know even under Roman, like he wanted to redevelop the whole thing, but obviously because of his nationality and the fact that your club is very, I think if I'm not wrong, like it has one of the most expensive pin codes in the world. I was
You know what?
researching this like a couple of
And
years ago.
and Scala,
Yeah, the whole.
it's not Roman's nationality. I think it has to do with the people that lives there. They don't want to,
No,
UK
but
London
we've
people.
got planning permission and everything. And then I think all the issues started with the government. So then he was basically like, cool, you want to cause issues? Then I'm not going to
Yeah.
develop something that can bring your country money, basically. Because think about it, right? Extending Stamford Bridge means you get more fans, yeah? More fans means that you potentially get more tourists come into the country as well, especially when there's big games, right? More tourists, more money for the country because people obviously have to fly in and they have to go and eat, they have to travel, they have to do all these things. So, to be fair, can't really fault him for it because if they wanted to play games with him, why would you develop something that can help them bring in money for the country?
Yeah, I mean, but the point is that Chelsea do need a
I'm not saying
redevelopment. I
Roman's
think.
innocent. I'm just saying, from his perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, even when this Ratcliffe guy, he was like putting in bids to buy a club. I remember he was talking about redeveloping Stamford Bridge, the way he's doing about Old Trafford. So I think within the next 20-25 years, I think most of the clubs, at least the ones which have old stadiums, will have a new one. And I think Chelsea, I mean, even if you looked at Everton Stadium, it looks very, very modernized. And when you compare those stadiums to Stamford Bridge and Old Trafford, they're like a thing of the past, especially Old Trafford. I mean, it's literally, I mean, it looks good when you get the aerial view, but outside, like basically bricks. So, yeah, man,
But
both are clubs.
right? Let's be fair. If Chelsea had a massive size of land, and they didn't have the houses on the sides, like where the entrances are and all that, and you didn't have the railway track, you've got a massive part of land that would easily be able to like develop something massive, right? But because we got all the properties, we got all the railway lines and all that, it's a very difficult job to do. So that's the issue. Like if we had all that, you can guarantee we would have had a new stadium years and years ago. We would have probably had a new stadium at least 10 years ago if we had the space to do it. That's
all
my
right.
opinion.
So I think it's about time for us to drop this topic and then move on from the other topic. Then soon we'll try and wrap up. Since we have a Scala here, let's do it quickly and then drop it and move on. Any more last word on these topics before we move on?
No.
Scala, any more topics for you, or if you have anything?
No, I think we can just move on. We can move on with the football. That's more interesting.
Anything for Manchester United? Any dodgy rumors going on there you can share with us before we get to the next topic?
Dodgy rumors, though. I mean, there was one today that most of the dressing room is convinced that Ten Hag is getting the boot, irrespective of what he does. So there was a rumor that came yesterday. I don't know how true that is, but look, if you guys fail to beat Man City in the FA Cup and we beat Coventry, I don't think we are beating them in the cup final. I don't think that's going to happen, especially if you saw how we played against them at their gaff. Yeah, I don't think it's like even a competition. So the only hope of us getting a cup is if Chelsea do get to the finals. Because at least against you guys, I can see that, both of us scam clubs, if they come against each other, we at least have that moment to upset each other. But against Man City, no chance. And with all due respect, you're not going to be playing Coventry because we'll beat them. But
hang on.
Let's
not write Coventry off, yeah. yes, you lot are better than them, but also you've played a lot of poor games. It just takes one poor game for them to capitalize. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, a small club coming to Wembley and all that thing. I mean, we have seen upsets happen, but yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen. I don't think
Look at
because there's
Wigan.
too much on the line.
Weren't Man City champions at that point where they lost in FA Cup final to Wigan, who got relegated, and then had to play
Yeah,
in
I
the
think it
Europa
was.
League.
Yeah, it
Who
was
got
2000.
relegated and played in the Europa League.
Yeah, so
All right. So time for us to move on to the next topic real quick, and then big up to you, Todd. He says, "Hi, it's Nate. Todd, how are you guys doing today?" Todd, I'm doing wonderful. Apologize, Todd. Yesterday there was a problem with YouTube, so we couldn't stream live to YouTube. YouTube has a live streaming problem, so I couldn't do my watch along. Apologize for the technical hitch or the inconvenience that it might brought to you, because I know you messaged me, but I couldn't message back because I wasn't live. But at that same time, I was live on X, but that's not what I want to do. I wanted to be streaming live on YouTube and X at the same time. I'm looking at one platform, which is YouTube, to build it more than any other platform. So I apologize for the problems that it caused you. Big up to our father of the channel, DJ Sabs. Big up me. Massive rumor for United is Graham Potter. Is Graham Potter will be in strong contention for United job. Ten Hag is if Ten Hag is sacked, according to rumors coming up. I know we have a scholar here who will give us his opinion on that. My DJ said that big up Steven and Scala and everyone in the comment. Smash that like button for Blueclouds Media YouTube channel and subscribe if you haven't done that. Thank you very much, DJ, for taking your time to say those kind words for this platform. Scala, any reaction before we move on from there? Apparently,
yeah, I don't think we are. Yeah, I personally, we had this conversation yesterday also. I don't think we are in for Potter. I just think that Potter, he's getting like many opportunities from different clubs. And I mentioned yesterday, like he got a call up from the Sweden national team as well. So he's putting himself out and he's seeing which is the best opportunity for him. And I just think people are making 1+1 and yeah, trying to link United because Ten Hag is probably will get the sack.
Wasn't
But
it your guy you're trying to get as your director that was in charge of England getting Southgate? That
yeah,
Ashworth.
Dan Ashworth, he was with Brighton as well when I think Potter was there. So yeah, I can see the links, and he did like Dan Ashworth. He was the main guy who built the team which won this under 18 or 19 World Cup, which like Madueke and all these people were there. He laid the foundation for that, and Potter, he has worked with him as well. So I can see why people are linking him with us. But I don't know. I just don't feel like we are going in for I mean, he has been sacked by Chelsea. I don't think they want to make such an uninspiring appointment, being their first big managerial change. I think they'll go for someone different, maybe De Zerbi, someone in that profile. I don't think Potter to United. I don't think that's going to happen. That's my personal view.
all right. That's Scala, Man United fan himself. That's what he's saying. DJ Sub supporter has turned down Swedish job and also Aya's job. Yes.
Isn't it also come out that
Yeah.
Lampard's been linked with the Canada job?
Canada. Yep.
Canada? That's really
Yeah.
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 wow. Probably should try that. National team probably will be a better start for him instead of too much pressure on the league teams or Premier League domestic teams. All right, former Chelsea midfielder Emmanuel Petit believes Brighton and Albion manager Roberto De Zerbi should be the only candidate for Chelsea if should in case Mauricio Pochettino is being sacked. So that's what Emmanuel Petit. I'm not sure, Stephen, if you watch Emmanuel Petit played in those days. Did you watch him play for Chelsea?
No, I can't even remember what
No, he
year
played
was.
for Arsenal. He never
He
played
was-
for.
Yeah, he played for Arsenal and then he played for Chelsea too. He won the World. I
Yeah.
think he won the World Cup with France in 1998.
Yeah.
part of the World Cup winning team. But anyway, we're gonna move on from there. The next topic we'll be talking about is the Premier League to introduce a semi-automative offside and in 2024-2025 season. This is something that I've talked about it many times. Steven and I have talked about that many times. Why are they not using this method? The women are using it in the women's version of the Champions League, and it looks marvelous. It looks very, very clear when you're looking at it.
I don't think they are.
The women are using this, Steven. Yeah, the women are using it in the was it the women or maybe the World Cup? I mean the Euros. Well, I think the women are using it, Steven. The women are using it. Remember, we're watching the Champions League, the women version, and we saw it. I even took clips of it and I said, why are we not using this? If the women are using it, why are the men not using this? You remember, Steven?
In Europe, they do use it, though. They don't use it in the leagues.
In the league.
They use it in Europe. UEFA have the ruling that they use it.
So they're about
and yet
to
you somehow
introduce
still
this.
get some BS calls on offside as well, by the way. Because I remember. Do you remember the Chelsea women's game? Yeah, where our player was like 15 yards onside and the ref blew the whistle.
Wow.
It was against Real Madrid in the game we got robbed early in the season in the group stage.
Yeah. But guys, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this semi-automated offside, device or whatever machine it is that will be introduced in the 2024-2025 season. It will be, I think, that will take so much of this long time to wait, and players are being ruled offside due to millimeter, the hand is away from the ball and all that kind of crap. This should help officiating, make officiating very, very easy. Staff, the link is there. DJ Staff, the link is right there. Staff said, yes, Steven, you're spot on, bro. Lambs has been linked with Canadian national team job. I would love Lamb to get into it. The national team job is much more and less intense than the Premier League jobs, even the championship. He's been in the championship before. I think he's done much better in the championship. He needs to assess himself very well, or look at himself and go to a national team, prove what you worth, and then come back again to the Premier League. If you really want to be a Chelsea manager, go to the Canadian League, go and get something, beat USA, win with the CONCACAF or what something, win it, and then you get a high chance of managing Chelsea again. That's what I believe. Big up to Wiz Paparazzi Beats. Big up to my man. He said, big up to you guys. Big up to yourself, bro. Hope you're doing very well. And let me know where you're watching me from live in your own country. Let me know. Just give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching me from. Also, staff, anyone else, this Scala, what do you think that will this automated offline thing change the game in officiating in English Premier League?
Yeah, I mean, we did saw in the World Cup it was used, and look, I'm in favor of anything which makes the game quicker. I mean, the amount of time which is wasted on decisions which are very much straightforward, and if this helps the referees to make a binary decision whether it's offside or not, then I'm for it. But again, with any kind of technology, you have to have the personnel who knows how to operate it and how to make judgments of it, because now we have VAR. It is a technology, but people running it are incompetent. I mean, we saw in the Liverpool Tottenham game, like they didn't even like the last year. I mean, when like Liverpool should have had I think it was a goal, but they ruled it off for offside. And in one game, they didn't even bother drawing lines. So stuff like that are very when you put the technology into wrong hands, it's very uninspiring, I feel. So yeah, I'm for this technology. Hopefully, it gives the referees, limits the referees' time to study unnecessary things. And in the World Cup, it was used well. If you remember one of the early games, I think it was a Japan game. It was used quite well. So yeah, I'm for it, man.
Thank you very much. Guys, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Very, very important. You don't know how much these likes and the comments and everything you put on this channel it takes the platform, it triggers, it punches the algorithm. So once you guys do that, it gives a knockout to the algorithm. The algorithm was like, man, you can't do that. So it pushes the stream away from the algorithm. That's what it does by extending it to more reach, more people that haven't seen this platform. So dropping a like is very, very important to the channel. So Paparazzi Beats, yeah, Paparazzi Beats. I'm sure that's the name. Don't forget to drop your like on the video, Steven. Would it be a game changer to the Premier League? Refereeing decision each and every week that we having headache, we can't sleep with bad officiating. Would this help? Would this change the officiating in the Premier League, Steven G?
Would it help? Yes. But the key thing is we all know these guys and they'll find something else to mess up. So
Scala said the same thing.
On the offside, yes, sure, it's good. But then they'll probably end up messing everything else up instead.
Can't use it right. They won't be able to use it right.
It's so annoying. Can we just get some people who can use a system competently? It's not difficult.
It's not that hard, right? It's not that hard.
You know what annoys me, yeah? They say all this stuff about you have to be a qualified ref and this and that, yeah? To be in that VAR room, yeah? Cool. So get former players to do their qualifications so they can be in there and you can have a player's voice. It's not difficult. If a player wants to be in there, get them to do all the courses, and then guess what? They can be in there. Easy.
Scala, you agree with Steven?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is obviously, if someone who has played the game is there, but these players don't want to do that. I think the referee's salary, I think it is like 200 grand a year.
No, but I think some of the players have said they would do it though, haven't they? So why?
Yeah, I think from League One or League Two, probably don't make it to the Premier League. I think you can, put them like even a League One player, he will know like what is an offside and what is not based on the player's movement. So I do agree with that, but I don't think they'll do that. I don't think that we are going to see that anytime soon. But I do agree what he said. Like, I mean, it's easy, man. It's not like rocket science. Like, people are doing far more complex things than this. Like, how can you not even bother to draw lines when you're checking for offside? Stuff like that. That should be like punished. I mean, you can't even use the technology correctly. Then what's the point of going through all this referee training and simulations? So that's where my big gripe with all this thing is. All this technology is fine, but the people operating are incompetent. What's the point? I mean, yeah, man. It's. I hope these people are given the right training. That's all I can say.
Brilliant.
So annoying, though. Like, this is one less thing they can mess up, yeah? But the fact that there's still so much they can do wrong, it's actually so annoying. Like, genuinely, if someone expresses interest in it that's been a former footballer, yeah, at a high level,
right?
Yeah, put them on the course, put them in that room. Not difficult. If they actively express interest, yeah, get them to do the course because they want to do it, and then you can have someone who's been there and done it at a high level. It's like so annoying that they obviously won't even consider it. What, you're scared of getting called out by people who used to play the game for being stupid on your decision making? Is that what it is?
Probably. What? Probably. Oh God! I think to me, this is where I stand on it. I think this will very, very help. I've seen them use it in Europe, and I think I've seen them using the women's game. If I can remember, whether in the women's game or in Europe.
I think they use it in some of the other domestic leagues across Europe, don't they?
I'm not so sure, but yeah. Gulam, I don't know what you guys make of this. It says they use AI in football. For AI will remain biased. It will take time for system to improve with feedback given back to the system. So that's what GM is saying about it. Thank you very much, GM, for your comments. So AI is this one AI semi-automated? Is it AI?
Yeah, technically.
Is it AI? Oh.
Ow. Technically, it would be.
But it looks nice in the vision when you look at it. It looks more accurate than the one they're trying to do, drawing millimeters and all that kind
Bro,
of
it's
stuff.
funny that Skylar brought up about the thing about drawing the lines because I saw something the other day or today even, I think it was, where the system they had to apologize. I think it was to a team because they didn't draw the lines, either because the system wasn't working or they just chose not to draw the lines. I can't remember which it was.
Oh,
So they actually had to apologize. I don't know where this happened. Let me just say that I can't remember where it
that
happened.
goal,
I
probably
looked
for all you
for
know,
it
that
earlier,
goal.
but
Go ahead. For all you know, that goal can even send a team to relegation. For all you
yeah,
know.
I don't know where it happened. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
England or somewhere else. I just remember seeing something about it in the last couple of days, but I didn't take note of what teams it was or anything.
Great. Let's take some few words from the guys, Scala, and then before we hop
I've
off,
got to hop off.
Stav. Yeah, Stav is there. DJ Stav said, "Gulam, big up, man. Hope you're keeping well." I think so. Gulam will reply back when he sees it. But anyway, let's take a few words from Scala. Then we'll be done for the show. We'll be back again tomorrow, and then I'm not sure who United is playing this weekend. Who United playing? Let's see if they can win it. Gulam, who you guys playing? Scala, Gulam, I've seen it. Scala, who you guys playing this weekend?
Yeah, we are traveling to Bournemouth.
Come on, Bournemouth.
Bournemouth have picked up. They've tried to play much better in recent games. In the past 4 games, they've lived up to expectation. They are
I mean,
stellar players.
if you if you guys remember, like when we beat you at Old Trafford 4-1,
Yeah,
I mean, the next game week we lost to Bournemouth 3-0 at home. I mean, that just shows that sums up United season completely. So yeah, man, I'm not hoping too much of that game. We don't even have any fit centre backs. All of our forward line, they are a bit of a joke. And our only shining light of the season has been an 18-year-old kid. So
Kobe Minu.
yeah, I
Oh,
mean, if
you're
you,
bad.
yeah, he's the only. I mean, similar to you guys with Cole Palmer, he's the only one who has kept the season any bit of kept the interest in the season. So I'm not hoping too much because Bournemouth they are in superb form. I mean, the Solanke guy, he always has a good game against us. So yeah, they are very difficult to beat. Similar to Chelsea, they have a very small pitch. Like it is very compressed. Every time we play away at the stadium, Vitality Stadium, that's the
Yeah,
first thing I think. Like it's a very small ground. I think it holds only 10,000 people or 12,000, and the pitch is very compressed. So it's now
puts a
never
lot of
easy.
pressure on the players.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, but last time we went there, we did win. I think Casemiro he scored like an overhead kick or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but this season, yeah, Bournemouth they could literally do a double over us.
Great and wonderful. Levi Cole set to return Chelsea against the Everton game. Hopefully, we can get that done. Thank you very much, Scala. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll come back again tomorrow, guys. It's been a wonderful stream. Gulam Mustafa, Todd Lever, with Paparaz Beats. Thank you very much. Dig yourself. Thank you very much for coming on the show, JC. Much love to you, Metaface Doom and Consistent Date. Charles Quinning, I want you to love you forever. The crew that made the show happen, and much more. Big thank you to my co-host Stephen G, all the way in the UK, and some others coming from west of Africa, and then I think the Asia. Australia is in Asia, right, Stephen? Stephen, Australia is in Asia, right? Right, I'm missing Steven for a bit, but yeah, I think it's either he's not away from the phone or maybe he is on the call. But one way or the other, guys, thank you for all the crew that make this show happen today. Leo Desperandons, as I always say, hang on to hope. Gulam said I'm doing well, DJ. Hope everything is good at your end too as well. I'm sure he is. So guys, let the Desperandons, like I always say, hang on to hope. Now, see you guys the same time tomorrow. Bye bye for now.